Chapter 3 Reproduction in Animals. All animals reproduce their own kind. Most animals give birth to young ones. Some animals lay eggs. The process by which an animal produces another animal of its own kind is known as reproduction. Mammals feed their young ones with their own milk. Mammals are animals that are fed with milk produced in their mother's body. For example, a woman gives birth to a baby. A cat gives birth to kittens. A dog gives birth to puppies. A cow gives birth to calves. Mammals are called viviparous animals. Do you know? Duck-billed platypus is a mammal which lays eggs. Some animals like fish, frogs, snakes, and birds reproduce through eggs. They lay eggs. Their young ones come out of eggs. They are called egg-laying animals. Egg-laying animals are called oviparous animals. Reproduction in birds. Birds such as sparrow, parrot, crow, and hen lay eggs. Many eggs have hard and brittle shells. Shells protect the eggs. Food is stored in eggs in the form of yolk. The yolk is yellow in color. Chick, hen. Most birds make nests to lay eggs. Birds sit on their eggs to hatch them. This is known as incubation. After a few days, the eggs hatch into young birds. Mother and father birds feed the baby bird until it learns to fly out of its nest. Reproduction in reptiles. Snakes, crocodiles, and lizards are some examples of reptiles. These animals reproduce by laying eggs. Eggs are protected by shells. Generally, shells of these animals are tough and leathery. These eggs get warmth from the sun. The young ones that come out of the eggs exactly look like their parents. Eggs of reptiles. Reproduction in frogs. Frogs lay eggs. The eggs of the frogs are protected by a thick jelly. Frogs lay eggs in water so that they do not dry up. Frogs' eggs hatch into tadpoles. Tadpoles grow into frogs. Tadpoles are not like the grown-up frogs. They resemble little fish. They have fins to swim and gills to breathe. They undergo many changes before growing into adult frogs. Eggs, tadpole, frog. Insects. Flies, mosquitoes, and butterflies are some examples of insects. They too lay eggs. But the young ones which hatch out do not look like the parent insects. They pass through different stages before becoming adults. Life cycle of a butterfly. The butterfly lays eggs in batches of 20 to 100 on the leaves of plants. These eggs, after 8 to 10 days, hatch into wriggling creature called larva. Butterfly's larva is called caterpillar. The larva looks very different from the parent insect. Eggs, caterpillar, pupa, adult. Life cycle of a butterfly. The larva is usually very active. It eats a lot and grows fat. The larva grows into a pupa. The pupa undergoes many changes and finally develops into a young butterfly. Life cycle of a housefly. The female housefly lays eggs on decaying organic matter. It lays 100 to 150 eggs at a time. The larva emerges from the egg within 24 hours. The larva of a housefly is worm-like. It eats greedily. Egg, larva, pupa, adult. Life cycle of a housefly. The larva changes into pupa within 5 to 6 days. The pupa is covered in a case called puparium. After 5 days, the puparium breaks, releasing the adult housefly. The different stages in the life cycle of most insects are eggs, larva, pupa, and adult. Parental care. We have seen that animals like cows, horses, dogs, cats, and elephants or mammals feed their young ones. They take care of their young ones and protect them from enemies. This is called parental care. In some animals like lizards, frogs, and insects, parental care is not seen, but birds look after their young ones. Chapter 3. What have we learned? Reproduction. All animals reproduce their own kind. Animals reproduce directly by giving birth to young ones or by laying eggs. Some mammals give birth to their young ones directly. The process by which an animal produces another animal of its own kind is known as reproduction. Egg-laying animals are called oviparous. Their young ones with their own milk. The different stages in the life cycle of most insects that are fed with milk eggs produced in their mother's body, pupa. For example, a woman gives birth to a baby. Parental care is seen in mammals and to kittens. Birds. A dog gives birth to puppies. A cow gives birth to calves. Hatching eggs. Mammals are called viviparous animals. Stage of a frog when it lives under water. Platypus is a mammal which lays eggs. A type of hard case like enclosing the pupa of certain insects and birds. Viviparous reproduce through eggs, having offspring which develops within the mother's